Hi there. Welcome to Cupcake's Cosmetic Case. My name is Cupcake. Can I interest you in some of our cosmetics today? Do you have time? Oh, wonderful. I'm so glad to hear it. With the holidays having passed, it's been a long day. People haven't really been all that interested in shopping today, which I get, but still, it's my job. So now I do have a few things that I can share with you. Now, personally, I like to start with our skincare items. Is that okay with you? Okay, great. Yeah, I like to start with skincare, especially this time of year, because it's so important to have a good skincare regimen and to also just kind of get into good habits for the new year, because not everyone has that regimen, but also it's a good time to start one if you don't, but it's also good to kind of give yours a tune-up. It's another year. You might have new needs for your skin. Your skin does change every year after all. Not even wrinkles. Your skin looks fabulous, but there are always different needs that skin has. So now to start with some kind of basics, what I want to go over here is actually this guy. So this is a makeup remover cloth, and this is in the lavender and rosemary scent. This is amazing at the end of the day. These guys, you just need one or two, but you can clean off all the makeup from the day, and they smell like a day spa. So it's amazing for just cleaning your face, just letting the time just melt away from the day. But they're also quite strong, which is great. I have very sensitive skin, and these don't irritate my skin at all. So these are a great find for me. I really only stock items that have been tried, true, tested, and work for me. So you can really kind of take it to the bank, so to speak, by trying out the things that I like and seeing if they work for you. Now, these, I will say, they come in a very big pack, but they're quite reasonably priced. They're $60 per pack. And like I said, you probably need about 2, maybe 3, because these are just what you would use on your face, on your neck. They can be used for the eyebrow area, but I personally would not use them on your lids. For that, I've got my other secret weapon here, which is again an old tried and true. It's the Neutrogena oil-free eye makeup remover, and as you can see, it's kind of got 2 different liquids in there. Now again, I have really sensitive skin and I'm prone to breakouts and just all the fun stuff, but this stuff is the best eye makeup remover. You can spend, $50 on an eye makeup remover. That's not going to be as good as this guy, and this guy is really not going to set you back a lot. You just shake it, and then you just put it on a cotton pad. Just dab a little bit on there, wipe, and you're good to go. This guy is amazing. If you walk away with anything today, I would recommend this. If you wear a lot of eye makeup, it's worth your time. If someone you know wears a lot of eye makeup and they're not using this, turn them onto it. You will be their best friend, I promise. So now, once you've removed all the makeup, I don't want to really get into cleansers. That's a story for another day. Normally folks have their own tried and true kind of cleanser, but after that, what I personally recommend and use is the Skin Food Peach Sake Toner. Now this toner, again, I love it. I swear by it. It smells just like peaches. It reminds me of just like a summer day all year long. I am in love with this toner. It's gentle, but you can also really feel it working, which is kind of a tough balance with toners. Sometimes they feel very drying and they feel very, I guess, like they tighten too much. if that makes sense. Or like they're too strong in the alcohol department and they just don't really do everything that you need them to as far as a toner goes. Whereas this guy, it's going to make your dreams come true. It's my favorite. So this guy is from Skin Food. This is a Korean brand, so it is imported, but it's definitely worth every penny. And this bottle, as you can see, it's not all the way gone yet, but it's been around as our tester for about 6 months now, and it's still not gone. A little bit of this stuff goes a very long way, which is where I'm at. Value for the money is what's worth it to me. Now, after you've done a toner, you can also do some serums. Now, one of the serums that we have is the Wonder Pore by Etude House. This is the tightening essence. Excuse me, it's not technically a serum, it's an essence. Now, this guy is awesome if you have large pores, blackheads, things like that. They have a whole line of Wonder Pore, which is fantastic. I used it when I was a little younger, having lots of blackhead issues, and it turned things around. This little bottle lasted me about 6 months, so it lasts a long, long time. Then the other serum that I have is my very favorite of all time, and this one is the Pore Corset Serum by Skin Miso. Now this one is a little more expensive, but you don't need very much. Now this one, what it has and offers is it has a fantastic system. It's actually like a little dropper, and now that small amount will definitely get your whole face as far as problem areas go. What you want to do is, after you've cleansed your face, done a toner, all that good stuff, then what you'll do is take this on your nice clean fingers and you'll pat, 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 all over your problem areas of your face. So in your T-zone, on your chin, even if you have them like on your cheeks, like your nose, anywhere you have big pores, you're going to pat this on there and you can feel it working from day one, which was amazing to me. I had read reviews, I had heard about it. I did not believe it myself. I could not believe it myself. But this stuff starts working immediately, and it helps to reduce the size of pores really from day one, but you can absolutely see a difference 30 days later, 60 days later. You're not going to have the same large pores that you had, which is amazing to me. So this stuff is like gold in a bottle. I treasure it. I'm never out of it at home, never out of it here. I always make sure we have it because year round, this stuff is fantastic. So now that takes care of the skincare things that I have on special. As far as anything else, I mean, we do have more basic things. We have some basic moisturizers, like we have one from Neutrogena, which is really great. It's an oil-free moisturizer for combination skin. This stuff is really good. It's pretty basic. It's a good starter if you know someone who's just getting into skincare and needs something to kind of get them on the bandwagon with taking care of their skin. This stuff is great. Now, this stuff does not have an SPF in it, which is something that I definitely always recommend to my folks. SPF all the time, no matter your climate, no matter the weather, SPF every single day. It'll help you stay looking younger longer. It just helps make everything stay fresh and just kind of stay where it should. Now, as far as other items, let's see. I think since we've effectively gone through and cleansed the face, why don't we work on what we would do as far as putting makeup on? How does that sound? Good? Okay, let's do that. So now, as far as makeup goes, what I would do in my next steps is this is when I would start using primers. Now, there's a couple different options depending on what you're looking for. Personally, one of the better primers that I've used for large pores, which is something that I struggle with, is this Baby Skin. It's an instant pore eraser. It's just by Maybelline New York. It's nothing crazy fancy, crazy expensive, but it works. And that's where life is at for skincare these days. People don't have a lot of money to throw around on a project or on a product, sorry, that's not actually going to work for them. You need to make sure it works. So this is really great in the T-zone, any place you have large pores. It just kind of helps to fill the gaps. So now I would start with this, and then what I would move on to is one of my favorite products of all time. And it's a long list for it to top. But this is the Etude House Face Blur. Now this one, as you see, has SPF 33 PA++. Now that is some of the strongest SPF that you can get these days. Now, what I will say is, as you can see, I'm fairly pale, and this does cast a little because anything with SPF is going to cast. But what I will say is that this primer makes your face look amazing. If you're going to a party that's going to have selfies or any sort of photography, this primer is what you need. Now, it helps too if you put, foundation on over it, of course, because it is a primer. So you don't think that it's going to last how it should because, it's just a primer. However, this primer is seriously the best on the market, and it's for the price, it's amazing. It gets the job done. Now, on my lazy days, I will admit that occasionally I do just put this primer on and leave the house. It just makes me look brighter, happier. It's just fantastic as a primer and a product. So no matter what, I'm going to make sure you leave with a sample of this today. So that way you can try it out and make sure it works for you. But this stuff is worth it. Now again, as I said, it does cast a little, but that's why after your primer, you'll want to move on to putting on a foundation. Now, again, a lot of people have set foundations. They've got their tried and true, their original. They don't want to try anything else, and that's totally fine. But what I could recommend to you, if you're interested, is I do have a BB cream that's also amazing. So the BB cream is great because it helps with just kind of making everything a little more even. And this BB cream is something special. I'll explain it in a moment here. So this is the Holika Clearing Petite BB. And this one has SPF 30 PA in it, PA++, sorry. So this also has SPF in it. Now this does run a little darker. Forgive our test here. Now it does run a little darker, as I said, but it lightens up on skin tones. I wouldn't think that this would suit my skin, but it does. Since it's a BB cream, you can really change the coverage. So with just light coverage, it works fantastically. Now, this is something that I use very regularly. I don't like to wear a lot of makeup. I kind of like to have more of a fresh face. So this BB cream is worth it. Now, it's not very expensive and it does have an SPF in it. It's super great. So I highly recommend it. But with BB cream, what you'll want to make sure that you have, and I do have it, is a finishing powder. Now this is the Innisfree No Sebum Mineral Powder, and this stuff sets any foundation crazy good. It's amazing for me because even though I'm a little older, I do still get breakouts. I still get oily in my T-zone. This makes that not happen, which you'd think that just this little package, can it really do all that? But it comes with its own little powder puff, and it comes with so much in it that really this product lasts forever because a little bit of this powder goes a long way. Now, usually what I do with this is I don't use the powder puff. I tap a little bit of the powder into the lid and then I swirl it around my brush and then tap, 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 and then I pat it onto my face. So just pat, 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 pat. And that helps to just set my foundation and my blush, everything so that it stays. And this is something that, again, I'll make sure that you get a little sample of it. A little sample will go a long, long way for you. But I definitely will recommend this product to anyone, whether you have oily skin, combination, dry. If you need to set your makeup, I recommend this guy. Now, one other product that I do have that I'd love to show you as far as makeup goes is it's another Etude House product. Can you tell that I love them? It's the Etude House Precious Mineral Any Cushion. Now, this cushion comes in many different colors. Now, this one is actually in rosy beige, which is more of a pink color. So it's a little pinker, as you can see from the little swatch there, from the little cushion. It's more on the pink side of things, which is harder to find with Korean beauty. Usually it's more on the yellow spectrum as far as skin tones go. But as a rosy person, this is amazing. And this little compact has lasted forever. I think I had one for about a year, year and a half. It lasted me without needing a refill, with using it all the time. It was crazy. A little dab will do you with this guy. So I recommend these cushions. They have them in a few different colors, but I highly would recommend them. If you're just looking for a quick foundation, this is great. It'll make it so your face looks super soft, super dewy. It's beautiful. So now, moving on from foundations and primers and whatnot, what I would recommend is I actually have a bronzer that I have been in love with. Now, it's a bronzer, which again sounds kind of odd because I'm so pale, but this bronzer is something special. It is a Bobbi Brown bronzer, and it's actually an illuminating bronzing powder, and it's in the shade Antigua, which is number 2. Now here is the color on this bronzer. So as you can see, it's very rosy. It's just a lovely rose goldish color, and I love it for my cheeks. It's just kind of, if you're going for a very subtle rosy look, it's perfect for that. I like to use it if I know that I'm going to a party where I'm going to get a little warm, because my cheeks naturally turn fairly rosy, so I don't want to look like, I'm too rosy, or that I've had, a few too many glasses of champagne. So this is what I'll use instead, is I'll just use this nice little powder that just makes my cheeks look extra rosy. Now, being that it is Bobbi Brown, it is a little more on the pricey side, but a little bit goes a long way. So it's going to last you a long, long time. So there's that. Now, if you're looking for a different kind of skin finisher or something a little, I guess I'd say more on the shiny spectrum, I would also recommend the Skin Finish by MAC. It's tried and true. It's been around forever. This one is almost finally dead, but it is called By Candlelight, and it's a gorgeous bronze color. And again, it's perfect for just like highlighting your cheeks, for just adding a little bit of glow, especially in the winter. It is lovely. So now, as far as face items go, that's about the only thing I could recommend. Those are my top faves right now. One thing that I could throw in there as far as something else I'd recommend is it's just a very basic Master Conceal by Maybelline. This concealer works like a dream. Friends of mine who have, newborn babies use it because it makes it look like they actually got some sleep. It makes them feel like they're actually a part of the land of the living. So I could also recommend this as well if you're looking for a concealer. Again, like the Neutrogena moisturizer, it's just kind of a little more basic as far as meeting needs and things like that. But hey, basic works. So now moving on, let's look at a couple of eyeshadow palettes that I have on special here. So one that I have is my very favorite, which is the Naked 3 by Urban Decay. Now, this is the Naked 3 palette. They do have quite a few, but this one is the rose gold. So it's perfect if you're looking to have like a party or things like that. It's got beautiful rosy tones in it that work for everyone. Excuse me. I'm getting over a winter cold. So now this palette again has so many shades in it. It's the Naked 3. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 shades in it. And personally, my favorites are the lighter ones for doing, like the nice lid colors, things like that. They're very day wear. They're very all year round. But now the dark colors, like especially this one here, this Black Heart, this is one of my favorites to use as a liner. I'll get my brush wet and do like a nice thick liner of this when I'm feeling a little more edgy. And it is amazing. And as you saw, it does come with a brush that has two ends to it. It's got kind of a flatter edge and then also a wider brush. It's just perfect. And the size of it isn't very big. You can throw it in a purse, throw it in a cosmetic bag, just kind of take it with you. Whenever I'm traveling, I absolutely take this with me because it's just something I cannot live without when it comes to eye makeup. Now, this one is a little more expensive, but it will last a long, long time as well. So it's definitely a good value for your money. Then, let's see here. Last but not least, let's go over this Tarte palette. So this palette is called Away We Go, which the we is French for yes. So it's kind of a little play on words. So it's the Away We Go palette. Now, what makes this palette special to me is that not only does it come with a few lip glosses, it comes with a mascara, it actually comes with its own little travel, I guess you'd call it a compact. So it comes with its own little travel compact and it's so precious. So now what I love about this is that you can actually swap it out. So there are 4 different compact swatches that you can actually swap out. So they're all magnetized and then it tells you what colors they are on the back, which is pretty great to me. So I love this palette because it's just got so much you can do with it. And they're all very earthy tones. Again, it's very day wear, but it's also something that you can kind of mix up. So on the inside, you can see that as this is a tester, everything's kind of missing. So here's where your 3 lip glosses would be. Here's where your compact would be, your mascara. But then here are the actual palettes themselves. So as you can see, lots of rosy colors for the blushes, but you can also get really dark. You can do some amazing things with just this palette. So now again, value for money, it's definitely worth it. the colors are just so beautiful on any skin tone that I just love them. And then this mint green compact, I'm obsessed. Mint green is my favorite. I definitely love it. And it's a cute little quilted cushion. It fits in any pocket, any purse. It does have a mirror on the inside as well. So it really has just a lot of great features to it. Now, as far as that goes, those are my big recommendations right now. The last thing I could show you is one of the things that I've been living on for the last few weeks, and it's this Benefit Give Me Brow. It's really fun. I have it in shade 3, which matches most folks. It's the shade that's not too light, not too dark. It's just kind of in the middle. Now, I put this on before I leave the house every day. Whether I'm doing a full face, whether I'm just doing this goes on every day, no matter what, because it just helps me feel complete when it comes to my face. It just kind of livens everything up in a way. Now, as far as anything else goes, I don't have a lot more to show you as far as the things that we have on special right now. But in case you ever do want to come back, can I get your email address? Okay, perfect. Yeah, we won't spam you or anything like that. We just want to make sure that the people we see are well taken care of. Give me just one moment here. Okay. And can I get your first and last name as well? Okay, and can you spell that for me to make sure I have it right? Oh, okay, perfect. And then let's see, and that email address? And is that at? Oh, okay, cool. Cool. And then now we do have a newsletter, but we also do coupons. Do you want both? Just one? Okay, perfect. I'll mark you down for that. And then now we are still pretty new. So if you do have any recommendations for us, we'd love to hear about it. Just let us know and we can just facilitate that for you, okay? Okay, great. Now, was there anything that you wanted to take home today? Okay, perfect. So what we'll do is we can just get that going for you. All right, great. Well, I really appreciate you stopping by today. Again, if you need anything else, come see us at Cupcake's Cosmetic Case. We're always happy to have you, and we always have new stuff. All right, thank you. Yeah, bye-bye now.